So I've just made it to the studio. I think today's going to be a bit of a painting day, I think is what I need. It's absolutely pissing it down. The studio is going to be freezing cold, which I'm so excited about, so I'm not looking forward to that. But I think today's going to be a little bit of a painting day. I've got a clown study to work on, and then I've got some other things to do, So in a wonderful turn of events, I got to the studio and I realised I forgot the keys to actually get in. So I've just got back to the studio. I've actually got the keys now, thank God. And it stopped raining, so I should be able to get in without getting wet or anything, which is always good. This kind of looks ridiculous, but I think I'm going to roll with it anyway. So today I'm having a bit of an art day in the studio. I'm working on a yellow clown study, and this is going to be number 3 of 4 of the clown studies that I'm working on. So I've already done the green and the blue one. I've got the yellow one to do, and then I've got the red one to do as well. So today, the goal is to finish the yellow one and then to start the red one, because I'm hoping that I can get them done by the end of the year, so that the repaint that I'm doing of this one, hopefully I'll remember to put it in, I can start in the new year and like start fresh with it. So that's the plan for today. We'll see if I actually do it. I'd say I'm about halfway through this one, so I should be able to do it, and then even if I just do a light wash on the other one, I'll feel good about it. So that's the plan. I have had quite a lot of fun working on these colourful clown studies. I mean, the whole reason why I ended up doing them in different colours was because I'm painting myself over and over again, and I knew that I would get bored if I was doing it all in, say, natural colours, or if they were all the same. Each one of them has got a different makeup style, because I don't actually know what sort of clown makeup I want to do for the final one. So it's been quite nice to experiment and try out different things with it. And like I said, having them in different colours has kept it interesting. I think my favourite one so far is the blue one, and that was the one that I did first, so I don't know if it's because I had the most motivation with that one, and as I go on, I'm losing a little bit of motivation with it, but I'm determined to do it. I think they'd be quite cool as a series of prints as well. So that's kind of what I'm working on at the moment. I am still a little bit ill as well, so my voice probably doesn't sound great. And I'm also not used to talking into a microphone, so this is new and exciting. I've just kind of been building up the layers with these clown studies. I started off with a light wash and then just layer by layer built up the colour. Difficult with using acrylics because they do dry quite quick. And now that I've started using oils for some of my other paintings, it was quite drastic to go back to using acrylic, but it's been quite nice to get back into it. And I do quite enjoy painting with acrylic. I hope you can't hear the music that I'm playing, but I'm listening to a bit of Sleep Token right now, so we love that. last video, it was kind of about me getting back on track with things, and then I ended up getting the studio, which I'm currently in now. And since then, I've been trying to do a lot more actually to really take care of myself. I mean, I say that as soon as I posted that, I got ill and I had a cold for like 2 weeks, so I wasn't able to go to the gym or anything. But I've been getting back into my journaling. I've been reading way more than I did, which I've really enjoyed. Currently reading The Host by Stephanie Meyer, because I absolutely love Twilight. And a lot of people said that book's really good, and some people say it's better than Twilight, so I've been reading that and I'm quite enjoying it. But it always feels so good to be back painting after not really doing it for a while. Like while I was ill, I was just reading. That's all I was really doing. So it feels good to be back in and doing something I wouldn't necessarily productive. I mean, it is, but helps me mentally more than anything to be back painting. I've got a tango with me because I have had to cut out caffeine, unfortunately, with my little scare that I had with stress, which is why the last video happened, and my meds got increased and things like that. I realised I needed to cut out caffeine because it was just making me so jittery and panicky, and I already feel like that. I don't need something to add on to it. So I feel better for it. It's probably been like over a month now. I don't really miss it. I think the only thing I really have noticed is not necessarily the effect of caffeine, but what I associate it with. So, for example, when I was in uni, if I needed to crack on with uni work, I'd get a Monster and I'd just sip it throughout the day. And I associated Monsters with, like, energy drinks with being productive because it was the only time that I had them. And like coming to the studio today, I was like, I miss that feeling of having an energy drink because I associate it with being productive. So I found a tango in the fridge. It's not the same, but it's that association, I think. So I'm trying that, seeing if that helps in any way. But I do feel better for it. Definitely. But yeah, a little bit about me and this brain of mine. I've always dealt with mental health sort of issues, whether it be anxiety and depression and things throughout high school. But I've always been an anxious person. Even as a kid, I was quite shy. I was always that kid that on my report cards it always said needs to speak up more in class. So I was one of them kids. And then struggled to sort of find my footing. Got my first job in uni through my placement. But yeah, so I already deal with mental health issues. I just take it day by day. Some days are better than others. But I'd say overall I'm a lot better than I used to be. But then earlier this year in the summer, I had a bit of a scare with my heart. Because I have a panic disorder, so I feel very panicky a lot. And I'm on medication for it. And I have been for years. And this summer, there was just a lot going on. And I ended up in A&E after my holiday because I thought I was having a heart attack. So there's that. And I think that's why since then I've been taking more of a proactive approach to my general well-being. Like, I knew I was eating too much. I knew I was just, yeah, I just wasn't doing too great. But like, that's the thing, like, I felt fine. Like, in my head, it was just my body was in panic mode, which is why, like, hence the panic disorder. Like, in my head, I didn't really feel anxious or anything or stressed. At least I didn't feel like I did. And then yeah, it's weird. But I feel a lot better than I did a few months ago. And definitely get back into my art has helped quite a lot. And like, I feel fine, really. But I've still had like my bad days of just feeling like, oh, I don't want to leave the house, don't want to go to work, stuff like that. But then I remind myself, like, I literally love my job and I love doing this, so fucking get a grip. That's why this smile piece, I really want to do it and like repaint it, because the one that I originally did was while I was in uni and I wasn't having a great time. Even though I really liked my course, I think when you already have your own things going on, something like uni can either make it better or worse. And I was just in this little like limbo of like, I just need to get through uni. And so I made that piece just as like a little, well, you know, everything's not always as it seems. Some people can be all smiley and not really be feeling that great. And then I wanted to repaint it anyway earlier this year, and then that thing happened with me being in A&E, and like with stress and everything, and I was like, now feels like a good time to do it. So that was the reason why I started working on the clown studies. Started to get a little bit cold in here, so I've put on my hoodie, which I've had since I think about 2020. Still going strong somehow, so there is that. I think I look stylish. I think I look great. It's keeping me warm, so that's the main thing. But little update. This is how we're looking now. I think we're getting there. We're making progress. I do still need to do a couple more layers of some things. study number 3 is finished. We love her. She's not my favourite. Can't lie. I still think the first one, the blue one I did, is my favourite. But she's cute. We do love her. I do actually really like the makeup on this one, the eye makeup, not so much the lips. I think I did prefer the ones that I did for the blue and the green, but this is why I'm doing it, to learn what I want to do for the final piece. So there's only one left now, which is the pink one, so I think I'm going to start that now, and just, even if it's just like a light wash of colour, I just want to make a start on it. I've been debating if I want this one to be done in red, or if I want to do like a dark pink, almost red, because the whole point of it is it was going to be the primary colours and then a green one, but because so it was meant to be, originally it was going to be just the primary colours, then I added green, and then through doing the yellow it's more of an orange, so it's like the red. Do I do it more of a pink? This is what I need to decide. So the red that I was using for the yellowy orange one is nearly out, and I don't want to buy any more at the moment, so I do have this really dark pink. I don't even want to attempt to pronounce that. This one. So I've got that one. I know that's a very dark pink. I do have another red though. I think I've got this one. Cadmium red hue. And then that's the one that's nearly out. And then I do have, this one's nearly out. Because I want to see what each of them is like when I lighten it with white before I actually do anything. So I'm just tidying up a little bit, because before I can do the white details on the clown piece, I need to wait for it to dry. So I'm tidying up a little bit while that dries, and then before I get started on the red one, which is the final one, thank God, I'm actually gonna fix an older piece because I really want to get it up on the website. It's an older piece that I've done. I just want to get it all ready to go, basically. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else to sort. I actually quite enjoyed today. I feel like I've got quite a lot done, even though it just seems like the one piece. while this one dries a little bit, it's nearly finished. Well, before I can put any white details on it, I need to wait for it to fully dry. So that's now out the way. So the painting that I'm going to be touching up a little bit, fixing up a little bit, is this one. It's called Butchered Love. I did it in 2020 in between courses, so it was when I was thinking about leaving my forensics course and going to fine art instead, and it was just as COVID hit. And instead of doing my lab report, I ordered some oil paints on Amazon, as well as like some MDF board, and I did it in the uni kitchen instead of actually doing a lab report for the course I was on. So there's that. Yeah, I quite like it. It's like a realistic heart with a knife going through it. I actually quite like it, but the paint hasn't really lasted as well as I would have wanted it to in all the moves that it's gone through, because it's gone through probably this will be like the 6th time it's moved to somewhere new that I've either been living or working and things like that. So it just needs a refresh. I'm gonna leave the heart itself, and I think I just want to touch up the background and possibly the handle. I'm not too sure yet. And then once I'm going to do that, I'm going to tidy up the back. And I have been collecting secondhand frames for quite a while. And I got this really nice one which fits perfectly. Like the MDF fits it it just fits it perfectly. And so I'm gonna put some brown tape around it, like make it proper nice, and add a fixing so it can be hung and things like that. That's what I want to do, because as much as I want to keep hold of it, I think it's a really nice piece to pass it on. So I do want to get it up on the website, hopefully soon, along with some other things. While I'm setting up to do this and while I'm doing it, I want to discuss something that has really, really rubbed me up the wrong way recently. While I'm in the process of updating my website, updating the shop on it, I've been doing a little bit of research of some of the products I'm going to be listing, like stickers, and I was looking on Etsy to see what people had put in their descriptions in terms of like care instructions and, like how they've laid it out and things like that. And I came across a few stickers I really, really liked, and I was like, oh my god, like I would probably buy those. Let me have a little look what they're doing. And part of me was like, I'm actually kind of down to buy some of those. And while I was in the description, right at the bottom, it said something along the lines of, yes, I do use AI in some of the creative process to make my work. And I was like, what? Because these look like, I don't know, I was like, what the fuck? What? So I kept reading it. It said something like, not all artworks have elements of AI in them, but I do use it in my creative process. And I just went, why? Because it doesn't say if using AI is like an idea generator, or if it's to, I don't know, find images or create references, or if it's just to make the whole sticker design. And it really, really rubbed me the wrong way, because I was like, why are we doing this? The whole point of art is that it's from a person. Like, there's love, care, knowledge, there's skill, there's passion for it. All of this is what makes an artwork. And it was the only one that I saw that was like that, because after that I was like, I'm not looking at it anymore because this really peed me off. But you're selling something that fundamentally isn't from you. am I wrong in like finding offence of that? I don't know, because I don't agree with it. But then there are probably people that are fine with that. And like, yeah, I'll buy a sticker. Yeah, this may buy, AI helps the creative process. But it just really rubbed me up the wrong way. I was like, what do you mean? What are you on about? So, yeah, that I didn't enjoy that. I was like, no AI, thank you very much. Now, my shop update should be happening beginning of 2026. I was gonna try and do it for the end of the year, and then I was like, that's not gonna happen. So I'm aiming for January, February time. I hope. I'm hoping it's more January. That's like what I'm aiming for. Get it, girl. Get it.
Excuse me, can I, excuse me, can I just, excuse me, let me just, oh yeah.